Wake up. It's your alarm clock. In case you hit the notification bell button on your stream, on your phone, on your YouTube app. We are live. We're live right now. You know, it's not time yet, is it? It's not time yet. We haven't all retired from our day jobs. We haven't all just went to live the dream, bought the yachts, scratched all the lottery tickets, joined the Peace Corps, whatever your dream is. We haven't did it yet. And that's why for a limited time only, I can give you 50% off the menu behind me if you'd like. Or you can just, if you can afford it, just feel free to find your own food or make it at home. Homemade food's pretty good too. You could also fast. That's also an option. People like to fast, not fast Abdul. Some people just like to fast as in abstain from food. There's liquid fast and otherwise, but anything to save money are we still saving money? I thought this was a bull market. I thought Bitcoin went up like 3 or 4x in the last year. I thought PulseChain, green candles, baby. I thought that we're back, and maybe we are. We'll see. Anyways, I'll give a friend in the green room here a couple more minutes. What's up, Red Squirrel? What's happening? Mr. Monty Fontaine, how's it going? Fast is ready for green candles? Well, you've had a few, sir. You've had a few. Maybe we'll have many, many more. We'll see. Can I get a cheeseburger and fries? We don't, they cost more than $1 these days. That's what me and Coffee were talking about. They cost a couple more dollars than $1 these days. And I'm not even sure if they're actually food that your body likes to process. I tend to make those burgers at home or otherwise pay $10 or $15 for a burger that I know is made from cows and not soy or enemy soy. I don't even drink soy sauce anymore. Not that I used to chug that, but you got to watch out. You better look out. Anyways, maximum RH. That's what's happening to you, man. RH has been tweeting. He tweeted about Scivive earlier. He notably did not. I tweeted about I'll bring it up if you guys are interested, but I tweeted about, I added all those quotes to goodreads.com for Scivive like a year ago or so. It's like 200 and some quotes. I think I added most of them, I would say. And I tweeted it last night, and then he tweeted today, oh, I forgot I wrote a book. And then he posted the link. I'm pretty sure he posted the exact link or like some link to Goodreads. Again, I love it. It reminds me of RG3 when he's like, if you guys saw the video the other day when him and Ben, and he goes, and the guy never even thanks me. Like sometimes I'm like, man, you just tweeted what I said and didn't retweet, didn't at me, nothing like that. I mean, I don't expect it. It doesn't hurt my feelings or anything. It's just funny to see like these subtle. It's like somebody takes your meme, you post a meme, and you don't put your name on it, which I don't do half the time. And I see someone else post the exact same meme, like the same day or the next day, and it's like, I just made, either I made that meme or I produced it. I put energy into that meme, and then I get no credit. But it's fine. Actually, I do look at it this way, that it's almost in a way, again, I don't monetize or make money stuff like off you all through this or anything, but it's like one of those, I guess you could take it as a nod that people like your stuff so much they would actually use it. And also they're using it to, get more engagement and stuff too. So it's like a nice to have, like, I guess the reference. I always try to, give people credit as much as I can within a practical sense when I reuse content, or if I know it belongs to somebody or I know who originally had it. A lot of times you just don't know. But even if I don't, it's like, it's still helping the community. So I don't really mind. It's not, my mission isn't to get credit for every single thing. It's to watch this community grow, and hopefully we win together. So that's how I don't get frustrated if I see that sometimes. Anyway, shout out to Richard Hart. He knows. I'm pretty sure he saw that from me. What's up, PulseX? 43 OG, how's it going? Crypto Dan, Crypto Crusade, hope you're well, dude. I'm doing well, doing pretty good. Having some coffee over here. Speaking of coffee, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the cult. Crypto Coffee, how's it going, man?
Hello, thanks for inviting me to the cult meeting.
Yeah,
I haven't been here in a while. I forgot my robe.
You're the robe, you got like a little satchel, you got your little stuff you got to bring to it. You're maybe throw some what do you call it? Some kind of holy water, or not to
I think it's
anyone's religion out there.
Pig blood.
Pig blood.
We do this in the back of the McDonald's every week.
That's who was doing it.
Yeah.
Dan, did you hear that? I found out who was doing the pig's blood thing. It was this guy.
Haven't got fired yet.
Man, it's good to have you back. I keep forgetting. I'm like, I haven't had coffee on the show for a while. We should talk again rather than just over the internet every once in a while. How's it going, man?
Good to see you. Thanks for having me. I've been loving the consistency on your end, and the range of topics you cover is pretty cool too. Longevity, Scivive, and it's more than just crypto. We get so wrapped up in the short term pump and dumps, and everyone just wants to make money right now, right away. Because I understand, right? Everyone's tired. Everyone's tired of waiting 3 years. Waiting basically 2 years for PulseChain to launch, and then another 9 months of sideways, basically. But we're up a little bit, and we got a lot to be optimistic about. I think that the financial, where we're at in the cycle definitely feels like the optimism phase. I can kind of feel it. I can kind of feel it in the energy of everybody. Even people I'm talking to in real life. But it doesn't happen overnight. So just hang in there, guys.
Dude, it is energy. I said the other day, I was talking to Dipcatcher, I believe, about I see people tweeting and making videos, influencers who, they're just general people who maybe they come from other communities, maybe they don't, but they are making videos and engaging because I think they start hashtagging HEX, PulseChain and stuff, and they see the engagement they get, they see the community, and they're like, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer to go make content for us.
You had Ben Armstrong's an ally as of recently that I'm very excited about. He made a HEX price prediction video. 10,000 views in a couple of hours. It's pretty good. Better than a HEX price prediction video that I would get. Mine might get up to a certain cap, but he's got the audiences from other niches, other Ethereum. I don't know if anybody in the Solana community still likes him or whatever. I know he's controversial wherever he goes, but hey, if he's into controversy, then PulseChain is perfect for him. It's literally an entire community based in controversy. We got that Martini guy, right? That Martini guy with 500,000 Twitter subs, or X, I should say. Yeah, I mean, he's tweeting Moonboy stuff. That's what he does, right? I mean, you look at some of these influencers and take them with a grain of salt because, they'll buy a bag and then they'll just tweet Moonboy stuff nonstop. Which, I mean, we all kind of tweet stuff like that in the community, but we do it during the bear market too when, trying to get people into the dips as well. Ivan on Tech recently had some kind of a historic interview with the there's these two mainstream normie guys that just really don't understand what's going on. They're out of touch. One guy posted the wrong chart trying to hate on Pulse, and they were trying.
I thought they did the math. Didn't they do the math and say PulseChain was not a good investment? Is that what it was?
Oh, did they do the math? Okay. We'll see about the math that they did, guys. We'll see about the math. I'd love to see the math, quote unquote. Those kind of people just piss me off that they're so sure about something, and they don't even want to take the time to look into why, why they might be wrong, or they just want to rest on their laurels. They don't have to like it. They still like it's opportunity, right? It's really opportunity because by the time it's popular to like PulseChain and HEX, it might be 100x higher than here. So. Let these guys keep their heads in the sand for now. And eventually they're going to capitulate when they see a price chart going up and to the right. Can't be ignored. But they've been, those guys, I don't even know their names, Invest Answers or something. They've been around forever and they've always just been HEX haters and just, I think we're going to wipe that smug look off their face when we do 100x. I mean, green candles are going to put all the haters to sleep.
Is that what it takes? Because it's like, we have all these new influencers, just the law of numbers. Eventually, some of them are going to say something that the community or otherwise are not going to like or whatever. And it's like, I like the way Maddie, I think he talked about the other day of, you don't have to like the people to reward good behavior or to see this, they did something positive for the community. It doesn't mean you have to go like subscribe to them and like follow them and all this stuff too, but they're doing things that are helping promote our community and our products and stuff. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with like rewarding that. Again, you don't have to be consumed and you build your hopes up. Oh, now they're into us, and then they do something else and you get disappointed. But what do the people need to see before there's just no more haters left? Like, what is the end goal for removing?
Certain people will always be haters. I mean, you've got haters of Bitcoin, and it's 15 years later, and Peter Schiff is basing his whole identity on anti-Bitcoin. So you've got people, they say it's, Upton Sinclair quote, it's hard to get a man to understand something when his salary relies on him not understanding that thing.
Yeah.
So people have dug their heels in, or they're willing to die on a certain hill. For some people, it'll never be HEX. They're going to hate it when the price goes up. They'll just say it's a fluke or it's a scam or we got lucky again. whatever it might be to help them cope. But people in the know, we understand the people building. We understand the megaphone that we have with the message. The social engagement metrics being off the charts. The community is unparalleled. So you can't ignore this. You don't have this organic engagement, real organic engagement with no paid marketing and organizations like VCs funding. Now, I would like for the PulseChain Foundation to one day, fund some mainstream marketing efforts. I would like to get the negative connotation of HEX and PulseChain out of the public perception. But this is what we're working with for now. So it's a great meme. Yeah, great meme.
This is something that a lot of people resonate with, especially when you rode when you've been around for at least 2 or 3 years. You're like, oh, this hits in a good way, hopefully, as well. And I had another tweet talking about DCA, and if you bought at 40 cents, like hopefully all the people who bought at 40, like out of respect for everyone who bought at 40 cents, staked it, and then watched it go down to 1 cent or below. Like I hope there's as many people who bought it less than a penny, and then hopefully can ride it up to 40 cents if it goes that far, or blast through it. Who knows? But I think just speaking of the HEX cult, because I did the stream the other day, and it inspired me to write this too. And I don't know how seriously to take it. I'm gonna put it in the chat because anyone's interested. How seriously do you take the HEX cult? Like, because I kind of went through a few different points, downside, what's the upside? Like even if it is, who cares? Like that sort of thing. How do you respond? How do you emotionally respond, or do you, when somebody actually tries to say cult in a bad way for our community?
I mean, you just accept it and say, yeah, we are a cult. We're a cult of getting rich, cult of true DeFi, cult of freedom of speech. Sucks to not be in a cult, dude. Like, sucks for you. Like, you can just accept. I mean, you can, when it's met with resistance is like when there's just, it's a struggle, and it doesn't have to be. You can accept it as a term of endearment, take it lightly, take it with humor, the grain of salt, because none of this is all that serious, really. People, yes, it's money. Obviously, money is serious. We want this to win. I feel like we've hit critical mass. I think, we're too big to fail at this point. It's just a matter of consistency and persistence in our messaging and all that. But, the cult claims don't really bother me too much. I've been hearing them for 4 years now. So it's never going to go away. So better just embrace it. And, just like the trailer park, we've got a meme coin now called, PulseChain Trailer Park Boys or something. Like it's a representation of embracing, something that other people think is negative. And it's like that scene from 8 Mile and Eminem at the very end, right? Like, I do live in a trailer with my mom. It's like all of his lyrics were basically just like, I know what I am. Like,
you guys remember way more of that movie than I do, but that is a key part. I just remember the rap battle, and I remember a lot of other scenes. But man, people keep quoting 8 Mile to me, and I'm like, I need to watch that movie again.
Just the last scene, bro. The final rap battle is so epic,
dude. And it's got Anthony Mackie in it, like before he was famous or
it's
all
an
that stuff.
Movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna have to watch 8 Mile. I'm gonna put it back on the list.
So, yeah, $1 HEX Kaiser in the chat there. I agree. It's a matter of when, not if, I should say. I'm thinking it's pretty easily achievable this cycle for both hexes, actually. I mean, if we see a $2 P hex, we'll see a $1 E hex. And this image captures it perfectly. When it's not popular to buy, you guys are the ones still here buying the dip hopefully dollar cost averaging down. But then we see a lot of people like capitulate on the way down too. So rather than, believe and hold their conviction, try to understand what they hold, the people that really did just buy it at the top for the hype train are going to be those same people again, buying it at $1 and then getting mad when they don't become a millionaire in a month. And then they're going to ride it all the way back down to, whatever the next low is, 50 cents. Maybe the next low is at 50 cents. I don't know. But it's going to go higher than people expect and lower than people expect. That's crypto for you. So of the exit liquidity, there's always people that buy the top, right? But then there's some people that stick around and treat this like a multi-year hold. So when we 10x from here, I'm not going to be telling people that I'm personally buying because that won't be true anymore. But, it doesn't seem like a terrible idea. And I personally have put money in recently. But I'm not always going to be, right? At some point, if somebody asks me in the chat, hey, you're still buying Pulse, I will just say, nope, I am not currently buying anymore because that time will be, the opportunity will not be there for much longer.
Dude, I think there are a lot, or some people too, putting in dry powder. I'm going to speculate that, I mean, it's one of those times where things have been more clear, like they feel less risky before. I mean, after January 6th, Richard came out with a statement, the lawyers, the PAC team, and then the Bitcoin ETF, and then just everything just feels like people are getting more interested, even though I haven't seen retail really come in yet, and just not yet, at least. There seems to be this, hey, like institutional product on the Bitcoin side. PulseChain has a lot more clarity lately. Richard's tweeting again, all that stuff. How, does it not putting in, like, what do you think people putting in dry powder? You know, if you put 1K, 10K, whatever people are waiting on to put in the dry powder, you put it into PulseX, which is 50% below SAC. PulseChain barely over SAC right now. You know, Ink hit $80 before. HEX went to 55 cents or so. People putting in dry powder, do you think, I don't know, I can't imagine a future where people putting in dry powder like won't be happy with, and not financial advice obviously, but I can't imagine it just not happening to go up like more than it is today. Like when we're just at this beginning, like this beginning of the piece, we're on the train, and the train's like kind of going uphill a little bit, but also it's got these rocket boosters on it. That kind of thing is like the way I look at it.
You know, the liquidity is such that you can get in with 5 figures. It's accessible for retail. It's still a retail friendly game. But when a couple people with a couple $1 million, we even saw just one whale with $3 million in the upper echelons of finance, that's nothing to people. And there's some rich people out there that can move the price, you know, very, very highly in just a couple days. The world's largest holder of DAI has been spotted. You know, we've all seen that narrative before. And so, I mean, when it goes, it's going to go. But the thing is, yeah, for people to put in 5K, sure, or 5 or 10K, sure, that's a healthy amount, right? And then you're not going to move the price against yourself. But when the gates come down and millions come flowing across the bridge or on through, let's say, coast, we've got a couple of major on ramps right now. I would say we've got, the primary PulseChain bridge where people can put in as much Ethereum as they want to. They could put in hundreds of Ethereum if they wanted to on bridge.pulsechain.com. That's the kind of the OG method, right? Now we've got a bot that'll send you 1,000 free pulse. So, you don't have to pay for gas anymore. You don't have to worry about your first gas fee. So, the majority of people, the hordes of people, when they do come, just know your options available. You got bridge.pulsechain.com where you take a bunch of Ethereum from a cold wallet, from a centralized exchange, and then bridge it across into the PulseChain ecosystem. Cheaper, faster, better all around. And then again, get 1,000 free pulse that way. You've got these multi-chain bridges out like PortalX Swap. I'm hoping that they, continue making progress over there. I haven't seen too much progress on that in a while. But that was gonna be a multi-chain bridge. Now we've got Spark Swap, which is both an Arbitrum and a Binance Smart Chain bridge and swap simultaneously. So that's another inflow for existing crypto people. Whether if you're on Binance Smart Chain or Arbitrum already, and you want to cross a bridge into PulseChain, check out SparkSwap.xyz. And then we've also got GainPulseChain.com, which is one of my favorite methods, especially for Americans, because you can link your bank account, you can do a wire transfer. You can do an ACH transfer and have your funds on PulseChain in 3 to 5 business days. You can even transfer stable coins from Ethereum and automatically get that printed into your wallet in the form of Pulse, PulseX, or HEX directly. Or you could just mint a stable coin. So it's similar to like the true USD model, but you could link your bank, you could do stables, wire transfer, Wise, Revolut for the Europeans out there. I think Revolut is pretty common. And this is a centralized fiat on and off ramp to get your money onto PulseChain that's specifically built, by hexagons for hexagons. So it can get you those coins right away. I think it's, kind of like aiming to be the Coinbase of PulseChain, right? Or the primary on and off ramp of PulseChain. And, that's the third big method. So people wondering how to get there, that's gainpulsechain.com. Also, if you use that link, you get 5,000 free weight tokens, if you're signing up. But, on top of all these 3 methods, let's not forget that people are building more and more and more every day. There's a cross-chain bridge out there called blockblend.io, and it's a privacy-focused bridge. And they also have an off-ramp where you can, you can actually sell PulseChain for a debit card, a prepaid debit card. And I don't hear a lot of people talking about this blockblend one. I haven't tested it out myself, but it seems like this can also incorporate coins from almost any other chain. into PulseChain network. Same thing with stealthx.io. Same thing with changenow.io. So the more fiat on ramps, the more ease of use that we can incorporate, the higher the price is going to go. So yeah, when people want to stand in line, and line up to go buy Pulse and HEX and stuff, let's just make sure that we equip them with all the best ways. Your website, gorealdefi.com, is awesome. You can even just go on to pulsecoinlist.com/buy, and you could see all the different buy methods on that website too.
Boom.
I guess that's kind of the job of the community, right? Is to let people know, hey, you can buy PLS with fiat, using bridges. You can buy it from Ethereum. Like, there's so many methods. And it's just making it simple for those people.
Yeah, the Pulse on the buy button on the Go to Real DeFi, the Pulse button goes to Pulse Coin List. There's so many
nice
Pulse websites, Pulse Coin List. Yeah, because it gives you all the option. I really like the way they laid it out, and I'm trying to funnel people to like the easiest, fastest way. I know there's you went over a bunch of different ways to buy PulseChain and HEX and stuff too, but like when people, it's like this friction. I'm trying to like make it this frictionless process where if somebody wants to buy it, where's the quickest, easiest way they can buy it? And I love Coast, and I love the CST minting, and man, I hope we lock up a lot of liquidity there. So that's another way too. But like, what is the buttons? What is the minimum amount of buttons to get them in the ecosystem?
I really think, because Coast now offers direct PLS purchases, right? You don't have to mint the stablecoin. You can buy Pulse directly to the wallet. So that's a huge update. That takes a lot of buttons out of it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that what a lot of crypto it has devolved into today is a bunch of people think that they own Bitcoin. They think that they own Ethereum because their Coinbase app or their Robinhood app or their PayPal app shows them, hey, you've got 0.04 Ethereum. Yay, good for you. It's not actually yours. You're not doing crypto the right way if you're holding it on centralized exchanges. So getting people into DeFi is required of you. You need to take that extra step and hold your own private keys if you want to be exposed to the opportunities on PulseChain. Now, that is a bit, you could say that excludes certain people that are really, really lazy. But if you really are that lazy, maybe the gains just aren't for you, and you can buy when it is listed on Coinbase. You can maybe just go buy that fake PulseChain over there, when it's 100x higher. But take the little bit of extra effort to learn how to do, a 2 or 3 step process rather than it's not going to be download Coinbase and buy PulseChain. That's not going to be out for a while. That's going to take 5 to 10 years, in my opinion. We're working on it. People like myself, we're a lot of people that I know are working towards that goal. But if you don't give enough of a shit to care about your own self-sovereignty and take 2 or 3 extra steps and download, a crypto wallet and, send money from a centralized exchange to your crypto wallet, not only are you going to be, you're not protected from government inflation and, censorship and all that, but you're also going to miss out on some gains. So it's a lose-lose if you just don't try a little bit.
You think when Richard's streaming with Brian Armstrong, it's going to be too late to buy PulseChain?
No. I think they're already friends. I think Ben Armstrong and Richard have streamed together, haven't they, in the past?
No, Brian Armstrong, not Ben Armstrong.
Oh, Brian
Coinbase. I was like, wait, how did I miss that? Where did Coinbase guy?
Here's the funny thing is, like, Brian Armstrong is aware of Richard Hart. Like, all these guys in the industry have heard of Richard Hart, but because he doesn't align with like the suits and ties, which a lot of it is just, new centralized banks masquerading and putting up a facade of, hey, we're crypto, but they're not really,
Well, their whole thing is, they're responsible to shareholders, and they're going to do all the things that line up with that. So I fully expect them to embrace people like Richard and otherwise true DeFi when it's advantageous, because there's moments when it is, moments when it's not. Even though we know it's the good stuff, a lot of other people don't like it. They don't like magician hat stuff. They don't like real DeFi. They want somebody to hold their keys, or it's not that that's even possible, but it's like that the whole concept of keep my crypto safe. Like, they want that. They don't want to be self-sovereign. So they're not going to associate with ideals that aren't part of the process.
I do see certain companies, namely Coinbase and Binance, they kind of have one foot in each world. Coinbase listed they have their Coinbase wallet, which is a truly DeFi wallet. Now, we don't know if there's any backdoors. It wouldn't surprise me, I don't use Coinbase Wallet, but they claim to be truly decentralized. And Binance Smart Chain, I think they have a wallet, and I think they've got all their DeFi stuff is on Binance Smart Chain, but that chain is entirely owned by Binance, the company. So they're doing like this quasi DeFi stuff. It's almost there, but they are trying to appeal and let people know, hey, all your yield farming stuff, all your DeFi stuff is here. Dude, it's just a matter of time. Like, imagine kids growing up today. They don't know anything besides the internet. It's just, this is second nature to even millennials and Gen Z. Like, it's kind of second nature to us too. If you're not used to it, it's a little tricky, but we grew up with digital online banking apps. A lot of boomers out there, they're clever. They could figure it out. They just have to care enough.
Bro,
Gen
why
X
would you
as
do
well,
that? You got a checkbook, man. You got a checkbook and you got a pen. Just it's fine. We already solved this problem.
Yeah.
No shade to Brian Armstrong. I think he's a hero in many ways, and I like him a lot. Even though
right.
His whole he took the stand on the woke stuff before and stuff too. I don't know if you saw much about that, but yeah, he was like, he sent an email to the entire company like, hey, when you're at work, focus on this stuff, like your social agenda. Like, I was like, man, you've gained my respect forever for doing stuff like that, holding the line.
Yeah, that's not a popular take in the tech industry these days. So, Brian Armstrong, he is fighting for all of crypto. He's fighting for, and you want him to win his case too, right? Because even though he operates a centralized exchange, he has onboarded bajillions of dollars. That is an accurate term. I looked it up. It's bajillions. And so good for Brian. Just what he offers, the 30 or 40 coins that you're going to see on the front page of Coinbase app. They live within the app, so you need to take them out. I think Brian would also agree. If you want to do DeFi, he'd probably tell you get Coinbase Wallet and take your funds out of Coinbase and into Coinbase Wallet. I prefer other wallets like Rabby and Internet Money just because they are farther away from a big centralized entity.
Yeah, I recently retweeted to your tweet about how to change the server, RPC server on MetaMask. For people still using MetaMask and to still want to do that, I cannot imagine, like, I wish I did it years ago. I cannot imagine still going through Infura to do this. And it's super simple to do. And I have a video on the privacy playlist on the channel as well to do it. But yeah, I retweeted you talking about it because somebody actually asked me, somebody put a comment in the video like, hey, how do I do this? Like, can you do a step-by-step? I'm like, Coffee, I already talked about this. Let me go find it. So that's like another thing.
That's a great point. Yeah, just change your default RPC for Ethereum at least. And I see you added some links to GoRealDeFi.com. Learn to earn.
I did, man. I did learn to earn. I've been trying to keep it concise, but there's so many cool things I think people should know about. For example, privacy. Like, if you go there, click privacy. The first one, prevent MetaMask and Infura from spying on your crypto. Again, and I added the link to the tweet in there as well. But privacy, security, added that. Onboarding's been there. Kind of changed a couple names. NFTs, just trying to like funnel people. Airdrop goes to the PulseChain airdrop. Just like, I want people when they go here, again, just to be like, anything they can find that'd be useful to get into our ecosystem. Trying to be as objective as possible. Like, if they click one of these links, they'll find what they need. And stats, for example, there are so many stats websites and data and resources, and I feel like I aggregated, there's like 50 of them on here. It's crazy. It's just, we have every tool you need to figure out whether this ecosystem is right for you. And it's amazing, man.
That's great, man. The way that that website has evolved, it's gotten even better, and it's always a great place for backups for all the IPFS hosting as well. I leave it pinned in every single one of my videos just because I use it myself sometimes.
Appreciate that. I use it every day. I mean, that's when I go to PulseX, I pull up Go Real DeFi. I optionally, I feel like I don't need to click it every single time, but anyone who's afraid of using it or whatever, click this. If it says okay, then it's okay. If it says failed, that means something probably stupid broke in the back end, but this will tell you whether it's secure or not, whether you're using the same site. Like, I've went through this a million times.
Yeah, true.
I use it all the time. When I go to PulseX, when I go to Explorer, and when I go to Bridge, obviously, like stuff like that.
Yeah. So where does the HEX thing, does that just take you to hex.com on the right-hand side? Not this one.
On the right side? No.
Yeah.
So
lower.
Under learn to earn?
Yeah, you got another.
Yeah, so the HEX one just goes to like the learn to earn is basically if you want to get more information about it. So this is, I'm trying to put together the most concise, direct source of person who wants to learn more about Hex. What is the place that will get them what they need to know and like get them into the process and learn about staking? The best link I found is Hex Scout now, hexscout.com/start, which will just an amazing how they put this together. And it can get you started on ladders or otherwise.
Trackers as well. I was gonna make a video about portfolio trackers. You've got GoPulse.com, you've got HexScout.com, and my third favorite is Fatty.io because that actually tracks all your yield farms, all your hedron. Honestly, Fatty is the most comprehensive right now, but Hex Scout is by far the most like user friendly. As long as you're not yield farming, like you'll see all of your portfolio. But I am yield farming, so I want to see more sometimes. But it's just the layout is it's just kind of beautiful to look at. So
it is. Yeah, to look at everything, I agree. Fatty.io is the best. And then to look at Hex stuff, to look at stakes and figure out, oh, can I end it? It's going to kill me in gas fees to end it on ETH, for example. How many do I have? What's coming up? Like all that is, Hex Scout definitely for the Hex portion of it. And they may be adding some, somebody asked them about adding Watson stuff on there. And I was like, oh, they're not going to do that. And then they responded with, we're working on some other stuff. And like, as a positive note, I think they may add some Hedron and ICOSA and therefore Watson stuff on there too at some point. So that's going to be amazing to be able to track even the yield bearing NFTs and stuff on there. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is the best for the Hex stakes. It's basically the newer, better staker app.
Yeah. And then, Coffee's videos used to be the one on PulseX. Sorry, Coffee. You're now on a playlist though.
No.
You've been moved to number 2. The King is the only one beating you. So I hope that makes you feel better. Sense. The King, it's got 20K views. For some reason, this video got 20K views. I guess people just wanted to hear Richard explain the PulseChain decks. I guess it does sound interesting in a way too. But that's the one I feel like a lot of people go to get the original like explanation of the stuff. And then you did an amazing job on the PLS token explain one. Like I watched it and I was like, wow, this is what I would send people to get like a modern view of like what PulseX is, different nuances and stuff like that. And of course, Somi's got some great stuff in K4K and stuff too.
Yeah. Appreciate that. There's a lot of good resources out there, but finding it can be overwhelming. So for the new people, right, it's like, where do you start? Got all these channels, you got all these people on Twitter, like you don't know where, we need to simplify the path, the onboarding path for new people. Even with Hex, it was almost a little bit easier because we just had one coin, but you would just go buy it on Uniswap, right? So now it's like we got to teach people how to get into one coin. One coin.
We got 217 projects on PulseChain.
I know. It's just crazy world that we all have to adapt to, and can be overwhelming.
That's not even coins. That's literally this includes community sites, includes analytics. Dex aggregators like Omnis. Oh yeah, somebody was asking about Omnis. Somebody asked about limit orders earlier. You go for. I've been trying to use Omnis because it has limit orders and it supports PulseX and PHUX as well. Where do you go for limit orders these days?
I don't really use limit orders. I just market mostly. I just market.
Bro.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's creative ways to do it. I mean, maybe I will use them when I'm scaling out one day, but I mean, I might also just use Uniswap V3 liquidity on 9mm.pro. That seems like a better way to me. Limit orders are great. They work fine here on omnis.tetra.run. And I did a video about it, but I don't personally use them. I said this in the video just because if I have one open, it actually doesn't really take the stress off. It makes me think about it more. It makes me think like, oh, did my limit order get hit? Like I'll just be out going about my life, and like it comes into my mind more. So it's actually less, the amount of attention that that it uses in my brain is not worth it right now. Like if I'm gonna buy, I'm not gonna hope and pray for a lower price. I'll buy whatever it is, and if it dips 25% tomorrow, like so be it. That's crypto for you. But some people like to try to catch the dips, and it's great for that.
I've been using it. I mean, I've been making an effort to use it more just because it's like if I think there's going to be a dip or I see red coming, if it's green, I won't use it as much, I feel like. But if it's red, if we have a red day, I'm like, okay, like if I have some stable coins or whatever, I'll be like, all right, if I want to put, $1,000 or something and catch a PulseChain or PulseX, for example, like that's been a popular one too. Like, okay, do I want to? I wonder if it'll dip. If it's going to dip 5.5% or whatever. I'll just set a limit order and forget about it. I don't really think much when I hit it. And then every time I come back, if you go to after you set it, it'll say history down here. And I come back, I'm like, oh, I got hit it. And I swear, like 90%, 95% of the time, it'll get hit because there'll be somebody who just wants to sell real quick, and it'll hit the limit order. So I'm surprisingly how effective it is, but I have to make myself use it. But every time I make myself use it, I'm pretty satisfied. I'll say that.
That's good to hear that review because, yeah, I was curious about, whether, because I know back in the day we had matcha or 1 inch, and people would always like complain that their 1 inch
never got hit.
Didn't get hit.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Omnis is like, it's made me like limit orders again. I was like, that's correct, get hit. And now I'm like, well, actually, this thing works. Like, we're lucky enough that the whole thing,
it's nice
we're
when
this
it actually works, huh?
Yeah.
It's nice when the things do what they say they're going to do. So, yeah.
Exactly. Just going to talk to chat for a minute. What's up, chat? Oh, any questions in chat? A lot of comments. Any questions?
PulseX to 100x this bull run. I think if you're measuring from the bottom, I think it's very, very possible.
Dude, this TVL is just, I'm loving it. I love it. We hit 500K the other day, and then now, look at this chart, man. Look at that. It's incredible.
It's awesome. Well, we've got people. A lot of that TVL comes from people inventing, new stuff. Then the liquidity pool like comes into play, and it just becomes worth more on paper. But the fact that we're in the top 10 of all chains on DeFiLlama, the total value locked of PulseChain is in the top 10 after only being around 9 months. All of the other ones higher than PulseChain have been around for 5 years. So, we're up and coming. We're the fastest growing new blockchain in existence right now. And yeah, we're sitting right underneath Sui, I think, today.
Oh, we got to take out Sui. Yeah, as Sumi calls Pui. No offense to Sui community. If you come over to Real DeFi, feel free. But until then, until we beat you, until we hit that number 10 spot, somebody will call you Pui, I guess.
Pui just gets me every time. It's so funny.
Dude, he'll say things, and I don't know who he's talking about. Like he'll reference people in the community, like some Bitcoin Max or whatever, and he'll say their name. He'll say, Crapo, right? I still don't know the guy's real name. I just know him as Crapo. So if I don't know him, I know him as whoever Somi calls him as. So it's the Somi effect, man. It's powerful. He's a character, that guy.
Oh yeah.
1 month change. You have to do 1 month change. PulseChain's in the number 9. We're in the top 10 1 month change, 151%. Whatever mode is, that looks organic. No offense to mode. Oh, ETH Fair. There you go. That's also.
How did ETH Fair get up there? What the hell?
That's a thing. It's a thing, man.
Oh, you're dividing it. Wait, you're filtering it by
1 month change.
Well, yeah.
Bro, it's got $1,000 TVL. What are you talking about? Look at this.
$1,000. That's so bad. Oh my god.
But no, it went up a lot. You gotta start low. Don't you know? Start low and then buy high. Was that how it goes?
Some people might not remember the whole ETH Fair thing, but when Ethereum went to proof of stake, there were 2 copies that tried to remain on proof of work. ETH Fair is run by Justin Sun and Tron affiliates. ETH proof of work is just run by a bunch of Chinese miners that wanted to keep making money with their mining machines, and they both had actually copies of all the HEX at the time too. And the community loves to fight and argue about everything. So I remember the arguments of those days was, is HEX on ETHW like legitimate? Like, is it going to reach parity with HEX? Richard said he wants to see HEX expensive on all chains.
Doesn't want to see cheap HEX on any chain, and they took that to the logical extreme.
Like, guys, man. Richard also didn't expect ETHW and ETH Fair to come out as like low budget, ripoffs of Ethereum, but they did, and so I luckily was able to take a little profit with the whatever. Yeah, that was the joke, right? Or that's a joke nowadays. But people were actually debating that, and it was out of boredom too. This was in the waiting period before PulseChain. The minute PulseChain launched, I didn't hear another word about ETH Fair. So
that was literally my line.
Pulled out like a couple $100 maybe of whatever liquid coins I had. And I got lucky, but I extracted maybe $1,000 or something. I don't remember.
I think you're in the 1% on that. I think most people just thought, oh wow, this thing's gonna rocket. Let me put X amount of dollars into it. And then I don't even remember. I don't know if I did any trade. I'm sure I did some trade, but I don't remember what it was, and I haven't opened my wallet since. Because yeah, the whole time I was like, everyone's like, "Oh, I'm so excited about ETH and Hex on these other chains." I'm like, I'm excited for PulseChain. I really don't
Yeah.
care about any other chain. I'm here for PulseChain. Like that's
It was
it.
always just kind of a big distraction to me, but it was entertaining. I was like, oh, maybe there's some liquidity here. I can dump. I don't believe that Hex W is the future of Hex, but you know what? I still got all my stakes over there, and I haven't checked up on it in a while. I've probably got some bleeding out right now, actually. But I set a reminder for myself during this bull market that if for whatever reason ETH Fair and ETH W start pumping again, I need to go over and dump some Hex on those chains because I mean that's like a gift if that happens.
That'd be funny if like the reason the people that went all in or went heavy into the other chains, they win because all the other people after PulseChain launch forgot about their stakes, so they're all bleeding to them. So like they end up winning because everyone else forgot about it. Yeah, don't make that happen, Coffee. Don't reward. I don't know. You can reward them if you want.
Yes, sir.
It'd be funny. If I wonder if there's any. Is anyone tracking that? Anyone tracking? Is there like some big Godwell stakes that were never ended over there, and the yield is just insane? Not that it matters, but that'd be interesting. Yeah, PulseChain's murdering stuff, man. It's the green candles. Shit, what's the name of the stream? The greenest of candles. Yeah, PulseChain's the greenest of candles. Is that the highest stakes documentary part 2? We doing PulseChain next time?
Okay. Yeah, that's
they mentioned that. They're like, hey, do you guys want us to do another documentary? And I think they were looking for funding or something. So
yeah, they need about Tree Fitty. But no, they said they were gonna have they had enough
we
footage.
We need a 10x, so we can make it happen.
Yeah, apparently they've got enough footage to do like a whole mini series. They just need to get paid to do the actual work of putting it all together because apparently they got way more footage than actually made it into the movie. But let me take a look at some of those protocol rankings. We got Liquid Loans and Fox on number 2 and 3 after PulseX. 9inch coming in at number 4 at only $8 million on there, putting it at number 4. Interesting. And then Fiat, Fame, Daytona. Those are all in the millions.
I'm gonna say on 9inch too. I think it's 8. Like if it didn't crash so hard, I feel like 9inch and BBC go down like a lot. Like, I don't want to say any numbers, but I think it went down a lot. So if they hadn't went down so much, that would be funny if they were like number 3 at least or something. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's just what happens to your token price. I think when you take a sacrifice and in a bear market, like you got and like if you don't put up enough liquidity at first, like of course it's going to dump, right? And why would you?
I guess. Is there a sacrifice ranking page of? I was looking for that the other day.
Yeah, it was Hex Info. It's called I got it bookmarked. hexpulse.info/sacrifice.
.info/sacrifice. Man, that is. I definitely want to see this. I was looking for this the other day.
Well, this isn't even all of them. You know, like there's so much stuff going on that like I don't think
they rank them.
I don't think this website's kept up to date, but
did they rank them from like the top one, like the top? That's what I'm looking for. Is like the top dollar amount sacrifices down to the bottom, sort of thing.
Oh, that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, I don't know if we have that data because I know we have this one where you can click and see and like what they sacrificed.
Look at all the stuff that says rugged. How terrible is that?
I just noticed that. Wow.
Be careful out there, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this in the chat. You guys can check this out as well. But yeah, if anyone has a data source that will tell us like descending top sacrifice down to the bottom, I'd be curious to see because I know 9inch did. I want to say 10 million. That sounds familiar. I'm not sure, which is less than I guess some other ones, but also not 1 million or 2 million either. So, anyways, how that plays into people dumping otherwise. That's something DivCatcher mentioned too. Funny enough, like the liquidity pool plays versus sacrifices seem to have done better in a lot of ways. I know we're kind of referencing current events such as like gophers and stuff, but it's funny how like these sacrifice phases, at least the ones that started last year, it could have just been bear market stuff and pent up sell pressure as well. But I wonder what the sacrifice phases will do like this year, if there are very many coming out, versus in the bear market, and how they'll perform versus just like, hey, launch a coin and it gets distributed in some other way rather than sacrifice.
Yeah, I'd like to see creative distribution mechanisms that aren't just basically good old fashioned ICOs. I think a lot of times, I mean, yeah, that you get a lot of upfront investors that just want their money back and stuff, and not they didn't actually believe in the project. They just thought it was going to pump right away. I think the days of the initial like ICO pumps are kind of over, but yeah, people have to create different methods of distribution or even just good old fashioned grants. Like whatever happened to a team, coming up with a really cool idea and saying, we're going to build this, but we just need a grant. So I'm hoping the PulseChain Foundation can help out with that. That way you don't overfund them and you don't fund them with a whole bunch of HEX, for example, that they then have to dump, right? The money comes from other sources and hopefully is collected in USDC or whatever.
Dude, it's going to be interesting. This year, being in a different economic environment, it's going to be interesting to see like which ones. I love how they mark these, assuming they're accurate. I don't know if they're accurate or not, but promise. I like how they mark them like rug, promise, scam, abandon, active, PulseX usable. I guess usable. That's good. Is that like the top one? Usable?
Come on.
Completed. What's usable versus completed? Is that like live and not live?
Active, usable, complete. Yeah, I'm telling you, this website it's useful for like checking your own individual sacrifice, but I don't think they're keeping up with it. But Almighty Hexagon says that 9mm does have that creative, one of these creative methods where they've got these OG NFTs. So everyone that bought them, full disclosure, I did not buy one, but people that did will now get access to like those tokens that get printed. I think as the platform gets used, the tokens get generated that way. It's pretty cool.
Last question here, VTX Crypto. What happened to BankX? They started dumping HEX, didn't it? Is that a thing?
For every BankX that you know about, there's 10 more that you don't know about. So, I don't know.
I was thinking of someone dumping PulseX today. But yeah, somebody did dump BankX, or BankX sold some recently. Is that the same video?
That was like a week. That was a couple days ago, I think.
Let's see. Well, you just look at the candles real quick. Is it over, man? Is it over? Look at that. We were here and now we're here. No.
Yeah, that's it. I give up.
That's a good 4% drop there.
What if that was where I just capitulated? Like, I'm leaving the HEX ecosystem. I can't take it anymore.
The coffee candle is that? Yeah, oh man, you got to get a better candle than that. You got to make it epic if you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
No, I wish nothing about it. Look at damn. How do you look at this chart? How do you look at this chart and not be excited? Oh,
looks like higher highs to me, man. Looks like higher highs and a bull flag and contracting volatility. These are all good things in technical analysis. I mean, HEX to $5. Hell yeah, Bitfinance. Good to see you in the chat there.
I don't even do TA. I don't even do TA, but I just look at this chart and think that is a product that I would like to buy. Just my initial reaction, just like with no, I don't draw.
Well, a cool thing that people do is they invert it, right? So plot it upside down and tell me if you think this looks like a shit coin. You just
upside down button.
I think you just right click, invert. Oh, settings. No, sorry. Click in the lower right hand corner. See that little hexagon in the lower right above that? Yeah. Invert.
Gotcha.
I mean,
that still looks good when I look at it. I'm like, that looks. I mean, again, just I'm trying to like remove all my bias here. When I look at this, I'm trying to imagine if I were a new person looking at this coming from some other community, I'd be like, well, maybe it's the colors that are messing me up though too. Still looks good in a way. What is coffee? What do you think? It's going to zero?
Yeah, that's my TA. This thing is going to zero.
Long story short, zero.
Yeah, you could change the color of the candles too.
That is
by right clicking.
Yeah.
And then settings. And then just make right here on this page. Flip the green and red.
Flip the green and red.
Like so for body, make the green box red and the red box green.
I see. Okay.
Well, then you got to change the wicks too. So it's
Okay.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Sure, everyone's like,
And
I'm gonna
borders
go
and
do
borders.
this. And borders, good. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that looks like it's about to crash harder to me.
You don't think we'll get a Godwill candle from this one?
We just had a close. You know, we didn't close below the wick, but we closed below the body of the previous low. So when you invert that back to highs, I think that means, I don't know, maybe I think that's higher highs, right? I've always been taught, you know, you look at the candle bodies and you look at where they end to make a decision. I typically don't count wicks. Wicks are good for seeing intraday or intra-hour. If you have like a dragonfly wick or a doji candle, like you can see whether or not the bulls and the bears are at, you know, break even with each other, or, you know, if it's a long doji, you could see, wow, there's a lot of volatility, but people still disagree equally. So, but if there's a, you know, there's like a hammer candle, for example, very tiny body, but it's on the bottom, right? That means we're really trying to push higher up, but we kept getting smashed down. That means the bears are kind of in control. So dragonfly means kind of the bullish sentiment is back. Hammer means it's a little bit bearish.
Bro, I just need you to tell me which coin to buy. That's all. That's all we. Which one to buy right now? I got $1,000. You tell me which one to buy right now.
Long story short, yeah, 25% into Pulse, 25% into PulseX, 25% into EHEX, 25% PHEX. And you know what? If you want to earn some INC token, go try liquidity providing.
Bro, I'm trying to retire in 6 months. Okay, I need you to help me with that.
INC token all the way. Then.
Do you see where I'm at right now? Do you see this?
Yeah, you look desperate.
I'm feeling frothy, man. I'm feeling frothy, and I'm gonna need, if I can't do fries anymore. The dude in the back, like, we don't get along. Me and Dan don't get along. So
yeah, he's pitching in the fryer again.
Fucking guy, is he?
God damn it, Dan.
Damn it, Dan. Yeah, gotta get a raise, man.
Yeah, we were talking about how our kids will no longer know the concept of a dollar menu. They will no longer, like, that's just been inflated away. You've got your value menu now, so get used to it.
The $10 store. Said the $10 Dollar Tree or the dollar store, $10 store. Yeah. Double cheeseburger, please. Well, that'll be $16.50. In the year.
I've been eating a lot more Burger King lately than I would like to admit, but it's the cheapest thing on Uber Eats. So.
You gotta get an air fryer, man. Get your air fryer, get some fresh meat, get some vegetables. We're gonna clean you up, man. We're gonna clean you up and not eat. Don't eat this stuff.
I know it's garbage. I've been going to Costco actually. They got, you know, stocking up on. I don't know if it's organic grass fed. It's organic, but I don't know if it's grass fed. Some steaks and ground beef, bison, stuff like that. But
I'm just more of like just meat, cheeses, veggies, fasting. Exercise, you know, diet beats exercise every time, as Richard's quote is. But boy, it's good to have good food and not feel sick, not feel like you don't want to do stuff. I want to feel good more often. So the diet's a good part of that.
Yep. Garbage in, garbage out. Your diet you really are what you eat. That's like, if health was like a pyramid, like diet it would be sleep would be the base of everything. If you're not sleeping 8 hours a day or 7.5, like, you're just gonna feel like shit. And like, if you're one of those people that identifies with, I only need 5 hours of sleep a night, bro, it's like, try getting 7 or 8, because your IQ literally drops when you are unhealthy and you know, under poverty lines and stuff, and that's a vicious cycle. So it's hard to get out of that, though.
Turn notifications off. I miss so many phone calls and it feels great. I miss so many texts. I do not care. I don't need to know what's going on all the time. So good. Mr. Coffee.
Yeah, my Achilles heel lately has been doom scrolling Twitter. I not lately, like in the past week, I've been a little better, but you know, I need to take my own advice on the social media addiction, because that is, you know, when you're frying your brain with dopamine first thing in the morning, before you even get, you know, a glass of water or go for a run or whatever you do in the morning. It's not healthy. It's not a good way, because, you know, you just get sucked into everyone else's bullshit, you know, first thing.
Just let me hear 1 or 2 Sami videos and I'm good to go. I don't need to hear anything else. We're all good.
Yeah.
Mr. Crypto Coffee 369, hexpassiveincome.com. Where can people find out more about you and your brand of cult behavior?
Look, if you want to know how to do crypto the right way, if you are brand new to crypto, I'm sure most of you guys in the chat probably are tired of me saying this because you're all OGs, you're veterans at least. You've been here for a couple of months. But this is a course gained specifically at newbies. Okay, hexpassiveincome.com. There is a coupon, limited time only, 25% off, code bear market, but it's not going to be around for long. Actually, the code might be different now. It might be a different coupon code. Look, it could save you hundreds, thousands of dollars in mistakes, months of time in the learning process. A lot of people call me or they try to reach out and ask for consulting time. I say, literally, this course is worth 10 times more than that. And it costs about the same as, a couple hours of my time. So it's a good starting place. I mean, even if you want to gift it to somebody else, it's kind of just my business. I just try to educate people. Obviously, just follow me and watch all my free content. Everything you can learn in the course, you can learn for free from all my YouTube videos as well. But the benefit is that this is all sequential. It's got all the links, neatly organized and packaged, and it's specifically geared towards, following a timeline from zero to hero, right? So, I kind of hold your hand the whole time rather than having all the information scattered throughout the internet. It's not necessarily, the easiest way to learn. So
it's almost like you're good at what you do, sir. It's almost like that.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, follow me or don't. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, thanks for having me on, Max.
Of course, man. Of course, won't be the last one. And see you in Vegas.
Yeah, I'll be at the Vegas meetup or conference or whatever it's called, the Vegas PulseChainTour.com. Get your tickets to that too, thepulsechaintour.com. And also, if you're an entrepreneur type or maybe a developer or both, or if you and a developer friend want to get together, we have a pitch competition where there's going to be 1 to 2 winners of $2,500 grants. And this is only for pitching a good idea. So hopefully you follow through, hopefully you take the money that you win and then you go implement the idea or, do something with it. Or maybe you just go buy Pulse. I wouldn't be that mad about that either. But just if you have a good idea of some cool project that you could build on the PulseChain network, we're having a pitch competition there. And it's going to be a $2,500 prize for the winner.
Awesome. Yeah, very excited about that. Everyone, that's all we got for you today. Again, PulseChainTour.com. If you're interested in that, events, maybe coming to your hometown, maybe coming to Vegas in March 369, March 6th through 9th. Very cool stuff. Crypto Coffee, everyone. That's all we got for you. Scivive and 5555. We are out.